My son Jonah was diagnosed with JPA when he was 13 weeks old. JPA is juvenile pilocytic astrocytoma, which is a super rare form of brain cancer located right behind his eyes. His very first round of chemo was completely ineffective and his tumor almost doubled in size. The second round of chemo was also ineffective and his tumor continued to grow. We never really had it under control despite our initial prognosis of it being a mild grade tumor. Our social worker, Jade, was great at recommending things to us, and she continued to recommend things to us, different programs or things we could apply for, but I was a pretty stubborn single mom at that point, and I didn't want any help. I had my older son and my daughter, who at that time were 7 and 8, and I carried the insurance and I took care of the bills, and I didn't want any help. I was pretty adamant that we were going to handle this as a family. She recommended that I speak to IACKids, and she's like, you might not need help now, you might not want help now, but you need to have these guys in your corner because they're small, but they'll be with you. Working 40 hours a week was tough. He had chemo every Wednesday, not to mention the other appointments with his kidney doctor and the nutrition therapist, and he needed all sorts of OT, PT because he was blind. I didn't think that I could carry that burden any longer of knowing that my job would either pay my normal bills or my mortgage, but not both. And I couldn't handle the mental burden of knowing that it was like every month, what am I going to choose? I just had to take that recommendation from our social worker. She put me in touch with John. We went through my monthly bills, and John said that they would pay our mortgage so that we could keep our home. I was shocked. I mean, who expects someone to come into your life and say that they're going to pay your mortgage so that you can focus on your child? John just became one of those people that I would text when I couldn't see the light anymore. IACKids really, and I still think this, and I tell my husband periodically that I don't think I would be in my home if they hadn't taken that 8 months of time and paid our mortgage for us. Not only would we not have our home, but I wouldn't have the place that Jonah came home from the hospital. I wouldn't have all of the memories I have of him in that house. I wouldn't even be living there. And now it's a family home, not only for my son and my daughter, but my new husband and our twin 2-year-olds. And we can enjoy those memories with my 2-year-olds, as well as knowing that Jonah came home from the hospital there and had his life, however short it was, in this house. When we came home from the hospital, like any procedure or chemo or whatever, it was almost like he knew when we turned in the driveway, because it's a rock driveway, like that crunch of the gravel under your tires, like he knew it was home, and he just would settle, just chill. I mean, it's been 7 years and they are the reason we're there still. Jonah was 21 months and 5 days when he passed away. When IACKids asked me to speak at the gala in 2017, I would just like to say that that was probably in my top 5 favorite moments of my life. And I've given birth 4 times. So to share my son's story with however many hundreds of people were in that room, and to say that they were grace when we needed grace, absolutely one of my favorite moments of my life.